You travelled up the mountain. You tormented a mother rock and killed her baby, and then persuaded her baby that it was still alive.
Killed it by property.
Yeah, it was an accident. And you then moved on, and you went through the Zelenska gates, where you found Emil, the werewolf, trapped in a tower, with some random vampire woman who seemed to be trying to turn herself into some were-vampire of some description with a view to beating Strahd at some point in the future. You took no prisoners and destroyed her reasonably quickly, and then curled up in front of the fire with a newly re-established bonesy bonehead on a rabbit body for a full night's rest. So you have had a full night's rest, and you have woken up. Let's go back to this one. You have woken up and stepped outside of the gates. The sort of butler is nowhere to be found. So the other creature that was in the tower vanished while you were upstairs. Yeah, vanished while you were fighting, and you've not seen him this morning. Don't know where he is. And you are now standing, looking across a relatively, short distance out to this huge sort of facade of temple carved into the mountainside itself. Zephyr, obviously, you've been here. You know that this is the Amber Temple. You didn't get all the way down into the bottom, into the crypts of this. You ended up getting sucked off to Bloodspur to do battle with the Morning Lord. But this is where you came to find your monk colleague that you thought had come here. This is where Strahd sent you to try and find out some of the secrets and the dark powers that live within. What would you like to do?
There's no one else.
At the moment, well, apart from all the random heads and dead bits that you're carrying around with you, no, you are otherwise pretty much by yourselves, I think, at the moment. Have you got Busty? Yes. We have got Busty. You've got Busty, you've got Bonesy, you've got Yan the head in a box, you've got the head of the Abbot of Kresk, you've got the statue from the Amber Temple. You have got vast array of heads. Oh, 100 metres. No distance at all.
I've got an idea.
Yes.
Well, we go across this big plain, and I think I should animate some stuff that we can ride on.
Is this anything?
Sorry, didn't
We're
you
empty cold tundra.
What are you planning on animating precisely?
Can I animate some big rocks?
Yep, go for it.
Can we ride on some rocks?
When he thinks I could summon us 7 riding horses. No, that's stupid. They wouldn't like this.
I could build a snowman and you would animate.
That would be pretty cool. I don't think we've got time for that. Rocks, go! I'm gonna animate some rocks.
An avalanche, another avalanche.
So, how many rocks are you animating? Just a collection?
Like 100.
I can do up to 10, so I think I'll do 8. Like 1 for each of us and then 2 to bring up the front.
Okay, so 8 medium-sized boulders come cruising across the icy tundra and line up like steeds at the beginning of the Melbourne Cup. And there's an assortment of differently sized boulders. I'm assuming you mean rocks, as in actual stony rocks, as opposed to flying rocks.
Yeah. Stony rocks with areas specific.
Okay.
Well, we do this, and then I just grab the rock like this. I'll kind of. Here it goes.
So you'll kind of jump on and flop over
Well,
one.
they're just gonna roll and build a whole bit.
Can they levitate?
I
And
don't know. What is the detail of your animate random shit spell?
So if you could animate, say, teacups and stuff, like Beauty and Beast style, they would move of their own accord, like kind of people, right?
Okay, so are you controlling these rocks in the general
I am.
direction of the other? Okay,
I think
so Antoinette jumps on a
I
rock,
don't walk across that
and
thing.
as Antoinette jumps on the rock, all 8 rocks start moving towards the Amber Temple. So if you want to get on a rock, then you need to jump on a rock.
I'll jump on a rock.
Okay?
I will
Jump
stand on the
on
rock to be straight.
You're going to stand on a rock like a skateboard. Okay?
Alright, I'll take my chances.
You'll go walk. Okay? Valid.
Oh,
You'll go jump on one. Anybody who's jumping on a gently levitating mobile rock can roll their dexterity. Oh, just a dexterity check. So if you've got acrobatics, you can use acrobatics. See whether or not you can stay on the rock.
13.
Oh. Quinny appears to be a master at sitting on rocks.
27.
Oh, Antoinette is riding this rock like she was born to it. This is
27.
Plus 7.
No, dex check.
Oh, dex check.
Do you do a save?
I did a save. I thought you said save, sorry.
No. So acrobatics, if you've got proficiency.
No, thank you. 20 then. 20.
20. You still look pretty natural coasting around on this rock that you summoned. So you're standing on a skateboard like somebody's dad who's trying to look cool at skate park. Radical dude who's with really wobbly legs, so you don't fall off, but you really don't look cool up there either. Yeah, Harleen, how are you riding a rock? Okay, so Harleen is clinging on with her nails on the edge of the rock, but pretty secure.
Can I say that I've tied a bow around the rock and I'm using it like little rings?
You can, yes. That's a 20. You've created reins, so you don't fall off the rock. Are you riding a rock or are you walking? Go on then. Hun? So Malachi's robes get in the way a little bit, so you're safely on the rock. You're not going to take any damage or get injured, but your robes get a bit tangled up as you try and lie on the rock. You're not looking as comfortable in the rock, riding capacity as Antoinette, certainly, who's at the lead of these.
That's crazy.
Etherdre.
Horrible misuse for high level spells.
Yeah, no,
It's the weapon one, it's not mine.
This is what happens when you give away the gem off the end of the very magic hammer. Is you get to ride giant pebbles. Etherdre, you trudge through the snow behind this slightly ridiculous progression of varyingly wobbly people riding on boulders, not quite sure exactly what's happened to everybody since they went to sleep last night, because they've all woken up slightly strange. Fortunately, this snow's not particularly deep, so you're not sort of up to your neck and things like that. And you trudge behind them. You all arrive. I'm assuming stop. You're not going to ram. Are you going to ram raid the front of the?
No.
Okay. So you stop in front of the.
I was half expecting it to be a frozen river or something, just to justify those.
No,
I'll
it's.
jump off my rock and slap the back of the
The rock sort of shudders a little bit and it just hangs out.
Can I command it to gallop away?
When everybody's off the rocks, the rock with the little bow gallops off with all the other rocks, the other 7 rocks, following behind off into the distance. And you're standing in front of this huge structure, and up above there are statues, all carved out of amber. You've recognised the amber. You've got some amber shards from various places that you've picked up, and they are 20, 25 foot high. These statues, and they
Should have animated those.
you could have animated those. You couldn't see them really from where you were. That would have been hilarious. Yes. Yeah, you can roll an investigation check on the
Just
door.
typically is investigating. I'm going to walk in front of the door with my hands out. What do you want? And I'll wait for his research.
With an investigation of 21, you notice that there isn't a door. So that's what you notice on a 21. There isn't a door. What there is stairs just descending from the centre of this facade down into the darkness. And what you can hear is that when you get up to that sort of doorway, you can hear the wind whistling through all of these statues. Makes it sound like the whole building is crying.
As I put my hands in front of everyone, I'm going to use Nature Sound Word Spirit to amplify my voice so that everyone on the 600 feet can hear me.
Lovely.
And just say, I have returned.
And maybe we should sneak it.
We're not sneaking, okay?
I'm gonna die.
So from where you are, you can see this stone arch with stairs going down into blackness, and you can see what appears to be a path of some kind, a flattening of the snow. Hard to tell whether or not it was the fleeing boulders, but going off to the west, so going off in that direction. Is the snow on that side looks flattened? No, this is going around the building.
Can I do a survival check?
Yep.
Or something like that?
Yep.
Try to maybe survive.
Yep.
That's what 20. That's 30.
With a 30,
I'm going to taste some such.
okay, with a 30, you detect 3 sets of footprints. You don't think these. So you think these are humanoid, but they don't taste human, elven, dwarvish. They look bigger than halfling, goblin, but bipedal, sort of humanoid height, sort of 5 foot, 6 foot. From the depth of the tracks, you would think that there's at least one heavier set individual, but there's definitely 3 separate individuals. It's very CSI there, really. And that this path has been trodden recently.
People headed up this way. One of them had funny
Yep.
But specifically, I want to know what the occupants of this place look like. If they were happening.
When you came last time, you don't recall meeting any occupants. You heard some screams. You didn't hear any conversation. You didn't come across any live people to chat to. you did see some sort of odd, that you thought magical effects of varying descriptions around the place. You found lots of deserted sort of guard chambers and barracks, and there were some skeletons and various bits and pieces that you didn't really get to search. You got the feeling that there's actually quite a lot of stuff in here, that this is somewhere that people have come over generations and years to either make deals with the dark vestiges within or to rail against them in some way. So no, it's no keeper. Not that you found. What you do think is that there's probably a significant. You found skeletons of various kinds. You think there's probably stuff in here that has fallen with previous adventurers, of which there appear to be many sort of skeletons and bits of bodies. You killed one or two spectres, you killed one or two ghosts, you didn't find your friend. You ended up in Bloodspur.
How do you know the creatures there are living?
Well, I did not see creatures that would make this. Perhaps we should find out.
Should I summon the rocks again?
The rocks!
I can't actually summon the rocks again. I'll try. And I was like, oh, I think they've abandoned us.
They've returned to their natural habitat.
You look back and there's one rock with a little pink bow on it nestled in the cliffside. Oh! That jokes. I'm going to start doing psychic damage with the dad jokes, I think.
Roll against save.
Dead save.
That's a bit
Well,
dramatic.
just a little bit of psych.
Yeah, just you can just
So-
give a little consortium.
So you're... I guess you made your options at this point would be go back,
Follow the
go
tracks.
forward, follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks. Okay.
Don't get ambushed.
What we could do? Do the tracks look like they were?
Ask CSI here.
So it's
Um,
What was that? Were the tracks of that or what?
running or
When he eats more stuff.
Walking.
Definitely a wolf. You don't get that kind of camera.
they weren't in the same.
Can I take my pack and take out like an empty wine bottle or a cup or something like this?
Yep.
And then I say we chuck this down the stairs. So it sounds like we're going down the stairs. And I'll throw it down the stairs.
Bonesy runs to try and catch them, and I say, no, Bonesy!
Bonesy's a rabbit humanoid skeleton. Who knows what Bonesy is? Oh no, Bonesy fell off the cliff. Antoinette saved the head of Bonesy, reanimated the bones that were with the werewolf, which happened to be a dead rabbit. So now Bonesy is a human skull on a rabbit skeleton, obviously. Yeah, Bonesy.
Anyway, I'll stop adding something to that
So you hear this sort of clunk, clunk, ding, 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 and there's sort of echoing noise off into the darkness. Roll perception check. Oh, yeah, if you're there.
19.
You hear this stuff. You hear the cup fall down the steps as you would expect. It echoes. You would think into some kind of chamber of some description, sort of down there. You don't hear any noise. You don't hear the sounds of anything going to investigate or moving towards. You hear the sound of a cup heading into the hold. Okay. So you you follow the tracks along to the west of the building, and you see that there's a sort of narrow fissure running along the west side. There's boulders and stone that looks like it's caved down from the wall of the temple at this point, sort of strewn across the snow. I'll carry your survival check. It doesn't seem... I've just got this whole CSI Miami thing going on. David Caruso with his sunglasses. Is that this does not seem natural. This looks deliberately sort of placed. Along here. So this doesn't look like sort of snow attrition, it's just sort of crumbling. This looks like there was deliberate damage here of some description. Yeah, you can follow the trail. You can roll perception.
I rolled Mulder.
Nat 20.
With a nat 20 on perception, you can hear voices. You can't make out even with the 20, you can't make out what they're saying, but there's definitely conversation going on, and you think that if you just moved a couple of these boulders aside, that you could probably get into the temple through this crack, and that there's people on the other side of sort of this fissure.
I'm going to message into your head, and I'm going to go, "Hi there, Malachi! It's Antoinette! I think there's voices inside. Maybe we should sneak in and find out what they're doing."
What's that, Malachi?
Antoinette seems to think this.
Or when you thought it was like Ant-Man.
It's like a side door.
I could do that, but I'd then be stuck on the inside.
As you're talking, Antoinette goes,
Oh!
You wild shape into
When
an
he says
ant,
that.
go to the other side, wild shape into like a rhinoceros, and then push through.
How heavy do these stones?
I mean, no, they're not as big as the ones you rode over here. They're sort of, they would be movable with athletics or strength.
I cast Stunned Away at the last
Antoinette once again goes,
as you cast Thunder Wave, you absolutely obliterate all the boulders, and Antoinette, who was listening, hears the voice inside. Stop.
Can
I messaged into Cody and said, "Said to be quiet." Antoinette, by the way.
Can I listen out for me?
It's my favorite joke in the practice will do it.
Can I listen out for movement? And if I hear, like, it sounds like someone's like running away from us,
Yep.
I just want to like 150 foot
Okay. You can't hear running. You just, it's silent.
Can I respond to Antoinette's message and say, they'll think that was
If you say so.
Okay, so you can all see. That makes my life much
I flicked
easier.
down my night vision goggles.
Oh, you've got your go-go gadget eyes. Okay. Are you trying? Are you trying at this point to stealth into here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When he starts going for
What on the grounds that only one person can go through this fissure at a time? What's the margin?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Sorry, myself is disadvantaged. Quinny considers going first, takes one cloven step on this tile.
Mr. Zipperstone just looks at the other way and is like,
If only we had a stealthy young lad in our party.
Okay. So we're sending in. We're sending in Stealthy McStealthy.
Yes.
You first.
And then Malachi after Stealthy McStealthy.
With stealth steps.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go next if you want. Safe? Okay. How bad?
What's your stealth like?
Only got +1.
+7.
Okay. Okay. So you're going. And Mr. Zephyr, sir, where are you going in this marching order? At the end. Okay. Alright. So it looks something like this. And my other question is, how much room are you giving Ethically? Or are you all barreling in one after the other after the other? Quietly and stealthily.
I'm going wrong.
Okay. Okay. If we're going in one after another, everybody roll a stealth check. We'll do a group stealth check.
too late, everyone just
There's pushing from the back by the sounds of it. No, so 25. Go on.
6.
Okay, so 6 at the back, 12 in the middle, 22, okay, 19, Zephyr, 14. Yeah, so there's
Some of us have wolves.
so
Little wooden feet.
there's some people in the middle, but shh, and then there's at the back as Quinny's hooves skitter on the ice, and then there's some absolutely, you've noticed that you've noticed Ethelwe's through the crevasse, and Harleen's moving forward. You're surprised they're even there. They're so stealthy.
Antoinette can't hear anyone behind her. That's ragged.
As you walk into this room, there are 3 figures within this room. Quinny goes, yes, these would be the 3 figures that I previously identified by the
big
crowd.
one is like, he has big feet.
He's the one with the big feet. And they say nothing, and they look at you. They have not drawn weapons. They are armed. They haven't drawn weapons. They are just looking at you. Hello. There's 3 figures. There's a female with no, she doesn't look like Irina. I knew that's what you were going to say. So there's 2 red-haired humanoid female figures. You would say human, but the footprints didn't taste human. And got a crit on. He got a crit on tracking. I don't know how he tastes the feet, but the feet didn't taste human. And what appears to be
I spent a lot of time with various animals. The floor's just there. I mean,
and what appears to be an elven man with sort of dark hair. So two women and one guy.
Once I know they're in range, I'll just
Of course. You
are
could-
they aberrations, celestial construct, elemental, vague,
Undead. All of them. Well, there is undead in this room, so at least one of them is
Yes, I can see
undead.
in my arms.
Undead's within 30 feet.
Yeah. So there's at least one of these is undead.
Just like 290.
And they go, don't.
Do you have this roll?
Yeah, I've got it from the shop.
Oh, because you have turn.
the seals. They go. You looking at them, you would. It appears to be that that two of these figures are armored. You would say fighter. One appears to have a holy symbol hung around their neck. It is not the symbol of the Morning Lord. You can roll religion to see if you can identify which god.
60.
You think that this is one of the sort of minor houses of the god of light. So this is not the god of light symbol, but it's also not the Morning Lord. So from your understanding of the broader church, lots of divisions within the church and subsects of the church, this would be a sort of fairly mainstream, well recognised, unlike the Morning Lord.
He's like Orthodox, Morning Lord's like.
Well, the Morning Lord was more of a cult. Didn't have a huge presence, enforced its beliefs a lot. This would be a much more mainstream. You would find temples to this. You would find sort of temples in the sort of complex of the Church of Light, all around sort of Faerun, which is where you kind of originated from the various gods.
Good to see another one.
She looks at you and goes, "Woman of faith."
We don't mean any harm.
Hi there, I'm Antoinette!
One of the female fighters steps forward. She's got red hair. She's got a scar against her, going down across her face and down through her lip. And she steps forward and she goes, "I'm Sarataga. This is Finora," and she gestures to the cleric who's up the top there, looking slightly angelic. This is Warwick. There were four of us. We lost Vilnius. He was with us. Now he's not. I have no idea where he is.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's a dangerous part of the world.
We came about maybe 8 years ago. We heard of a fabled temple with treasures and riches. We came across the mountains to the south and trekked up through the mountains, and then the mists came down and we tried to turn back, but every time we walked through them we ended up exactly back where we had started. We came down the far side of the mountains and ventured to a village down in the south of this place. It was a terrible, run-down place. Other than the lady who sold pies, she was a shining light in the and healed us greatly. And then
You didn't eat the pies, did you?
well, the pies were excellent. The pies were excellent. It was one of the highlights of the village, to be fair. And then we came up here. We found the decided to come and come through here. We've been camping and resting and planning on venturing into the temple. We were attacked, and our mage ran away. And she sounds pretty pissy about
Inside
that.
check this.
Yes.
That's an incredible story. I'm amazed you could have survived such a...
16.
Insight. You think she's telling the truth?
Can I give a help action with that sort of jab?
With
Saying that's an amazing story. I'm surprised you survived such an ordeal, knowing that they're undead.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, we travelled around trying to find a way out of the mists, and then getting nowhere, decided to come back up here, which is where we'd originally tried to come. We've only been up here for a week or so.
Have you gone inside the temple?
Well, we went inside the temple, and then Vilnius, I think we got attacked by something I don't quite recall, and Vilnius ran away. What, Vilnius ran away, or
no, they couldn't quite recall.
Yeah. Insight check that?
19.
You think she's telling the truth? She doesn't really. She's not clear exactly what happened with the attack.
Do you have issues with...
Did you get hit in the head? I don't. And she feels her head, and she goes, I don't recall getting hit in the head. I mean, I really appreciate some help finding Vilnius. If you don't, if you're not too concerned if you wish to help us, maybe more people working together might be safer. I've heard about tales of this place.
You see what direction you want.
Well, we were, and she gestures at these doors. We were, or was it this way? We were attacked, and then we've hidden in here since. I think they were that way. They might have been this way. This place gets a little confusing after a while.
How do you know you've been here 8 years?
Oh, we've been in this place, not this room, for 8 years. I apologise. We came 8 years ago. We ventured here. We couldn't get out. We got stuck in the mists. We've been to that village. I believe it's called Barovia, with the pies. We went up to the town. Difficult to get in. There's a curfew, you have to arrive before 6 in the evening, otherwise the gates are barred and they make you camp outside. We stayed there for a while. Very orderly place.
It's a very terrible scar you
She sort of stops and goes, you can roll medicine if you want.
have.
You think that this is a sort of superficial scar, but something that's cleaved this way has generated it.
Do any of them have a weapon in hand that would match the scar on the face?
You can roll perception or investigation, depending on how closely you are looking.
16.
With a 16, you can't really. No, you don't think so. So she's a fighter, so unless she's sort of attacked herself.
Just checking they're not going mad.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And Warwick goes, "You going to help us or what?"
Yeah, we'd be happy.
Well, I think he was out there. So if you want to find him, and then you can send it back to us, and then we can be on our way. Oh, well, it was pretty nasty out there. So I think we'd rather stay here. Yeah.
What do we do?
Joy of helping you.
And money! Maybe.
Alright, fair enough. Joy of helping our fellow. There's gotta be a word for this.
Adventurers.
Yeah, there we go. You can get some.
And as fellow adventurers, you know that we're not doing this for long. Gets it. What's, what are we talking here?
If you can find our friend and bring him back alive, 50 gold, probably.
And behind my back. Evil verse or something.
You want to see it.
Oh, no, that's a pain. You have the money
You seem very generally skeptical.
You too have travelled these lands with me.
I've been around a while. I've seen a lot.
Says the
For one so young.
In my 9 years.
It's been a rough night.
It's been a rough night. I'll tell you, I saw a lot in the faded cherry.
Zephyr roll insight. It's really hard to tell because you kind of come up with ooh, and it could be anywhere between 1 and 35. You know, it's like ooh. You do. So it was at 26. You're telepathic. You think this guy's reading minds, and it's subtle. You don't. There's not a. You can't feel it, but you know the look. You think he's scanning and trying to tell people what they want to hear.
If he's trying to scan Anthony's mind, it's just dancing animals. Dancing bodies.
Is that one of those carousels?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Currently. An occasional scream in the background. Singing a little ditty.
He goes, "Are you going to help us or not?" And seems to crack his knuckles in a slightly unnatural way. You look and you can roll again. You can roll perception. Okay, if you want to. With 31, you don't think any of these weapons appear to be real?
I'm speaking as a group. I was going to say,
Party line.
exactly that, party line. Talk about the fact that I think it's really nice, might be reading this conversation right now. Things that we're seeing. So something fish, it's this fishy Peruvian trade. But let's go say something.
But yeah, let's go see.
Let's go forward to the track. It's fun.
Okay.
You when you down.
We understand what
Do you not trust us? Vilnius has some all of our money. He's the mage. He has little use otherwise.
Our child
We
Yeah, hang on, wait.
we don't trust him anymore. That's for sure. He's He's certainly no longer here, should we say. We can discuss that when we find him, and you can have your money. Oh, happy to.
Let's just go.
Jeffrey, quite enjoyed
What statues? Okay.
Can I insight the war hand?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
What amber statues?
Or maybe things in the amber? Things that are not
Oh, probably not. But I'm keen.
This one. I just need to see your hands
Let's
I don't have to
go on.
worry about
Which one? So this one or this one? So in this room there's some bedrolls. It looks like people have been staying here. There's doors on the eastern wall and doors on the northern wall.
Definitely the northern.
Northern wall, yeah.
When he like holds hands with you, he's definitely
Again, who's going through? Who's opening the doors?
Oh,
You're opening the door. Okay.
I think we keep the same order.
But we're putting Quinny up first. Okay. So we'll move.
I've got this
They circle round behind you.
I'm sorry?
They circle round behind you. So in the order of operations. Okay. And you open this door. Okay. As you open this door, you see what appears to be a long, flame-scorched corridor. So I'll put you all up. It's more likely. You're feeling north. Quinny's disappeared off to the north by the look of it.
This is down.
So this is not lit. This is dark as a corridor. So you can see. You want to put.
If we can see it.
Well, you've all got dark vision, haven't you? Yep. Okay. So you can see down this sort of long corridor, 3 skulls
Oh no, thanks.
floating towards you along this behind you. Yeah. Floating along this corridor towards you. At the far end of this corridor, you can see a charred corpse propped up on the wall further down.
I think some morning
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, not one! Yay!
Okay, Antoinette got a 1. Alright.
But that's a 5!
Okay.
I got 5 as well.
That's a 5. Okay. Malachi got 5, yep?
I got a 4.
Oh my god, you're all gonna die. Colleen. Initiative.
Well, that's good for you.
+5. D20 +5. That's better than a 3, a 4, and a 5. Well done. Zephyr. No! Haven't you got like +5 to initiative? Oh, gee whiz. Of course. Etherdway.
28.
Thank God. Okay.
We just share us.
There's a very.
Okay, Etherdway's up first.
No.
Etherdway, you're up first.
How far away is the...
Oh no, is there fire in this room currently?
Well, they're flaming. They're kind of green and glowing. The whole of this corridor. So this is a corridor. This is like a sort of gallery, like a mezzanine, like.
And
like
we're
a
not just
corridor.
seeing flames.
Okay. So you can see these. You can see a door at the far end. You can see a door off to the left up here, and in the middle of this corridor, these 3 flame skulls moving towards you. Etherdway.
I'm going to stealth
Okay. No, that's fine. There's so you can you can hide behind you can hide behind one of these little jutting out sort of there's little jutting out bits into the thing, but I would say you are not hidden. This is an open corridor. Well, might help. Might help. They're glowing. I mean, okay. Yep. That's you? Okay. Yep. Alright. So it is Handy Cleric's turn. The Handy Cleric is going to step forward and then turn round and change. So she shapes into this sort of tall, grey, sort of almost humanoid, pure muscle, grey. This looks like a doppelganger. And turns around and tries to slam Harleen. So that's an 18 to hit. Meets beats. So that's 9 damage. If you can't add damage, just note it down. I think you probably can. Yep. Because you're on one, so you should be able to. Okay. And she just stands there, sort of leering with her head, sort of. Their monstrosity. This is an undead monstrosity.
Oh, lovely.
So they are undead.
Yeah.
Also monstrosity. Definitely not a cleric. Okay. Flame Skull. Flame Skull. To be fair, you all rolled really fucking badly. The Flame Skull. This Flame Skull is going to move down to here, and is then going to fire ray at Malachi. Nope. 17 to hit. And it fires again. That's a 19 to hit. Go for it. Yeah, thanks. So that's 4 fire damage. 75 necrotic damage. The next flame skull is going to move to here and fire twice at Ethidwe. So that's 16 to hit. And I think that's a fail as well. 11 to hit. So it misses. And then this third one is going to come down and fire at Harleen. So unfortunately you're in trouble. 13 to hit. 12 at 12 to hit. 12 to hit. Nope. Okay. Harleen's turn. That's their turn. Moved. Yes. Which the lowest one? Are you going to attack the... Okay, so... Sorry. So this one in front of you is a doppelganger. That's attacked you. And then you've got 3 flaming skulls up here. You could also probably suppose that the other guys who were in that room are also going to attack you when it gets to their turn. I'm going to turn some light on. So you can hit wherever you want, really. Yep. Yep, you're in melee range with the doppelganger. Hits.
Alright, so that is
4d10 plus 3. Yeah. 28.
and I get another attack.
Yes, you do.
Yep. Okay. And then that is 16.
Hits.
Yep. That's 30.
Okay. You bring the hammer down and you turn this thing into what looks like a giant pulverized lump of clay smeared across the floor of this charred. So the cleric doppelganger is dead. Are you moving?
Yeah, I get another attack. But reduced.
You do get another attack because you reduce something to 0 hit points.
Right, can I go for one of those flaming?
Yes, you can go for one of those flaming things. 24 on the first hit, 33 on the second hit.
Yeah. And then, so...
Yeah, 50 something, and then
that's
so you'll need to. So this is immune to fire. So just roll your normal damage. So it would be 13 plus whatever you roll. So 1d10 plus 3, 13 plus whatever you roll. Okay. Because it's immune to fire. And if you crit, you get bonus action.
Okay. Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you crit, you get to attack on the bonus action.
Yeah, but I think that
So you... Yeah, no. 2 it is a bonus action, so you don't have another bonus action. But you crit. So I think you give advantage to that creature till the end of your next turn. I think so. You check. It's on your list of random shit you can do. So you can. It's down. When you do a critical hit that does bludgeoning, attack a critical hit, which does bludgeoning, which is what you did. Attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the end of your next turn. So everybody else has advantage on this flame skull. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So this guy at the back, this doppelganger, is going to attack Antoinette.
Oh, rude.
Rude?
Right, bring her.
Bring him.
Still rude.
Still rude.
It's
Just a doll.
13.
Nope. As they go to hit me, I just like take off my arm or something.
14?
Nope.
So it misses you. It can't really move through. There's not much space there, so it stays there.
My head just flips back as they try and hit me.
And the other one attacks Zephyr. Same. They're doing a slam attack, which is bludgeoning. So 21 to hit. Uh, 5 damage. Missed on the second attack. Dex. $15. Yep.
How much last guys is
And then it's after this attack, it's Zephyr, Antoinette, Quinny, Malachi.
It's 9 plus my dex, which is 2. So that's 11 plus the damage dex. It's
Okay.
reflected and altering that.
Nice. Okay. Your attack, Zephyr.
Alright, does a. Oh, wait. First, I'm going to run it from level 3. All 3 of the flames groups.
So they will get an opportunity attack on you.
That's. What do you get?
Because you've got Doppelganger here.
Oh, the doppelganger.
Doppelganger gets an opportunity
Yeah.
attack. Yeah. Sorry. Clear as mud, mate. So they go whack you as you go past. Or not. 23. And that's another 6. Bludgeoning.
I'll take this.
No, you're so brave. Go on then, you're up there with the flame skulls.
So there's myself. I should get 4.
For all of them?
I should get
5 from the top one. That's pretty shitty. They're rolling well tonight. 17. So so this one passes, the other two fail.
Okay, that is 7 damage. And does a 23 hit?
Yep. Yep.
That is.
Which one are you hitting?
This one, that one.
That one. That one.
Sure.
We'll go with that one. 25. Yep.
Yeah. And that's just.
Okay. All right. Antoinette.
Alrighty. Leanne, can I
Yes.
get all 3 of these
Yes.
within a 100-foot, 5-foot wide line? This is kind of all pretty
Sorry.
Would you be able to
You could get.
Yeah?
I think you could probably get them. Let's have a look. Within a 5-foot line. So let's see.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
You can get them, but to get them you will catch Harleen and Zephyr. So you can get all 3 of them.
Zephyr can handle it.
Do it.
I'm going to use my bonus action to telekinetic shove Harleen out of the way, which she can willingly say, fail. I'll say, Harleen, move! And then a little hand of shimmering puppetry force will go and push you 10 feet towards this side.
Okay. And then Zephyr we're just going to hit.
And then I bring out my little orb of lightning and I say, unlimited power! Alright, they all need to give dex saves, including Zephyr. But I think you'll be fine. Oh, I didn't roll that
Oh,
well.
I don't like 3 on the dice.
So going up, the bottom one got 20.
Watch Zephyr be the old one that fails.
This one got an 8.
Oh, okay.
And then the top one, then Zephyr got 12, and the top one got 22. So this one and this one passed, and this one and this one failed.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I'll need to make damage.
Yeah, so those who fail take 30 damage.
Okay.
Lightning.
That's a 15. Hang on. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna delete that sheet because we're just
Just
gonna
a fail. Take 30.
I'm just gonna look at you and be like, you have no power. It's like
So the top one vanishes.
Pardon.
The top one vanishes.
And then as the storm sphere is kind of hot and bristling with energy, I go, put it in my bag. And then,
I do
can
take
I
3
move
gifts.
Can we see the below section just so I can move?
Yes, of course you can. So you are.
I'll stay there actually.
There you go. So you've got these 2 people attacking.
I think that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. Quinny. Quinny and then Malachi.
Are the flame spells still up?
2 are up.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna real pluck a little bit of snow remaining off their shoulder, and then throw up there, cover himself in ice. I'll cast Cold Shield. So I'm now resistant to fire damage. So he gets a nasty surprise. And then I will just go for a run, I think. I'm just gonna
Go for a run.
I'm just gonna go for a lunge. I'm not I'd like to
Just
just
leave.
I want to get in. I want
You
to
said
go.
this quick, quick.
Not near either of them. Can I want to run down near the 2 of them and kind of mime a swipe with my staff.
Right.
Not actually intending to hit them, and
Yeah.
then go, ah! And run away. So I'm just going to bait them into attack, pretty much.
Okay.
Put me on the target.
Keep me on the target. So you go, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And then run away.
Yeah.
She's already used her opportunity attack on Zephyr, but the dude is stupid, and he will absolutely try and attack you.
Excellent. So that's just a regular attack, and then if he hits, he takes just a little bit of
With a 12.
With a 12? Alright then, he doesn't hit. But that's alright. And then I'll head up near the flame cells.
Okay, okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Malachi.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get
Of everyone in terms of. Okay.
I don't know if the phone's well.
Okay.
So that'll be a DC.
All the undead. All the undead. Okay, so we've got a 5. We've got a crit success. So this one has failed. This one has crit succeeded. So this one has to flee at the bottom. What's your CR on Destroy Undead?
2.
Okay. So they'll be fleeing, and then we've got Wisdom save on the other 2. 16. No. Yep. And 6. Okay, so the only thing that's not failed, is this flame skull. Everything else failed. Nothing's destroyed, but everything else has failed.
Then I'll find the section. Spiritual, like that.
That's good.
Sorry. It's trying to bring the Berez Burgomaster in instead of spiritual weapon. I'm like, what the hell?
It's an interesting choice.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a very interesting choice. Go on then, spiritual weapon. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's force damage. Sorry, no, it's force damage. Is that your turn? Etherdwing. One's turned, yeah.
So they're still alive. And where's the other bad guys?
They are down here. This one. Oop. Let's not do that. I just don't want to move all of you. Yep. No, there's no wall. Well, there's a wall along the edge. It's a corridor, but there's no wall across here. Yeah, you can. Will hit.
Hang on, got one
Excellent. The skull explodes, and Winnie and Etherdwy need to make a dexterity save.
19. I love the effect.
That's pretty cool. That'll be evasion, I think.
Still negative.
Okay. So you take 9 fire damage from this thing as it explodes. I think you can not take that with evasion. So you take nothing. 9 if you pass the dex save, and none if you've got evasion. Yep. And that one is out.
Glad to have helped, I say.
Stood there. Yes,
So this one is turned and starts to move away because it is turned. And Harleen, it's your go.
I think I'll remove that.
Yeah, you're in range of both.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit that.
Okay.
Please attack. That is a 24.
Hits. Yeah.
Okay. That's.
Okay. And again. No, that doesn't hit. Okay.
And then, if I'm still in melee,
Yeah. You are. You can't disengage the bonus action because you're not aware.
oh right, yeah.
So you can just stand there and stare them down. Okay. Fine. Warwick is turned, so he starts to bolt back this way. She was turned, but you've just whacked her before she could run anywhere. Just turn. It's still. It's a save, isn't it? Yeah. You can tell I never turn anything as a cleric, like ever. I don't think I've ever. If they- She fails again, so she's just going to turn and book it, so you'll get an opportunity attack if you want her.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, so now it's not.
Just loses it. So in that case, she's going to attack you because she's not got. She's no longer turned. The other one's run off because he's a wuss.
Why don't we use the
Yeah, he's dashing. He's booking it. 13. Mm-hmm. And a crit to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 12 bludgeoning. Zephyr. So there's the one that Harleen's fighting. There's one skull that's turned, that's currently booking it up there, and this guy that's currently booking it in the other direction.
How far away from me?
Oh, you could, with your speed, hit probably either of them, whichever you prefer. I mean,
Distance is immaterial.
Distance is immaterial. You can just kind of astrally zap. Can you not? Him. So you're going down? Yeah.
Does a 15 hit, wait?
A 15 does. Okay.
Because Seth made 17 attacks.
Well, I make 5, so I just like so lowest and then at one that's the rest two. And I roll pretty high on these dice, so.
Oh,
Oh,
all
God.
ones.
There's a puzzle there, but like. So that is. The first hit is. 17.
Okay.
And another 16.
Okay.
7. Then another 16.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh.
You run down after this undead shape changer that's just fleeing away, and you just get your staff and you just beat the crap out of him.
My favorite pens. I'm keeping away from him. I'm just like.
You're just doing it with your ethereal
This is
astral. So you bitch slap that one to death. So he's out. He's gone. Would you anything else? That's you, Antoinette.
Alright. That one's dead then. Cool. I'm gonna turn to the one that Harleen's fighting. I'm gonna wind up. Actually, I'm gonna take my hand off. There's a string attached to it. I'll wind it up, and then I'm gonna throw them and do some Eldritch Blast. 3.
At the other shape changer.
Well, that's a nat 1, so I don't think a 10's gonna hit. The next is a nat 20, however,
Ooh,
which will hit.
that will hit.
And then the next one is a 24. That will hit also. So the first one would be
Many damages.
7 plus max damage, so 17 for the first bolt.
Yep.
And then 7 for the next one.
So with your first bolt, you take off the head of this shape changer, and with the second bolt, you just take off an arm for good measure. She is down. So the only thing left in here, if you choose to pursue it, is one flame skull that is currently fleeing, and it's at the top, up here.
Is it 120 feet away?
From you? No, probably not.
I'll move a bit closer then. Not near the fire, but I'm moving.
So it's about 50 foot long, this corridor.
I'm gonna move like over here.
Okay.
I've got 35 feet.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay, Malachi. Hits. Nice. Yep. Okay. Ethidwe? Well, one exploded, so no. So you want to go up to the top one?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can get up to it, or you can get up to the door if you.
The door's at the end.
They are. Okay. Yep. No. You've got an action because you've used bonus action to dash. You can open the door. You open the door quietly, and as you look in to this room, you can see what appears to be a dining table laid for dinner, and around the dining table are what appear to be 8 spectral figures.
Is there any?
Pardon?
Are there any games?
You can't see the dining table.
Well, I might just
A jar. Okay.
Sorry.
As you roll stealth, are you trying to do this quietly?
Yes.
Roll stealth. Yep. Okay. The door is ajar. There you go. This flaming skull, which has been attacked, is going to limp, and it really is limping in this direction, and it is going to there.
Woo! Fireball.
Aww.
Fireball. So
The skull did that?
Yeah.
DC 13. Dex save.
I have vulnerability to fly.
That's not bad.
I had a
Why?
dex.
By rolling some bit, I just think so.
Damn.
If I just
Back in the boss.
It's
That's a 6 on the die.
I got a 2.
You haven't got advantage, you're not
But this is a
raging.
spell, isn't it?
So, yeah. It is a spell.
I have not got to use my
It is a spell.
I have a danger zone. I'm not sure where that is.
Oh, yeah.
So advantage on dex save throws against effects.
You can see it. You can see it, so you have advantage. You can see it's a giant fireball.
I pass.
So you roll d20 twice, take the higher. You've studied it.
18.
Pass. So that's 15 damage. 14 is a fail, so that is. Sorry, 15 is pass. 14 is also a pass, so that is 15 damage. That's 30 damage.
Jesus,
That's pass, so 15 damage. Yep, so 15 damage. And Ethelgray and Zephyr
And I need
act
to make
that.
a will save. A wisdom save.
Yes, you do.
Which I crit succeed on.
I'm doing great with my.
Are you going to kill Harley? Excellent. That would be lively.
Antoinette is just fully on fire.
Antoinette's gently smoking. All of her wooden doll bits are charred. Harleen, you are up.
Yeah, I'm not.
Harleen, you're up. Yep. Yes, you can get that.
I can get that. Okay, well let's go.
I'm just like,
Just like,
Okay. Yep, so.
Pretty
do
Yep.
it, and then
just get a bottle of wine.
You don't need to roll it. You're just gonna hit it.
yeah.
It's just the main damage because it's immune to fire.
I might pass on.
Go inside fast bikes.
Okay. So Harleen runs up and smashes the living crap out of the last fire skull, and the corridor goes quiet. The walls charred. Antoinette standing, shaking,
Still on fire.
on fire in the middle of the corridor.
I cast armor back at this on myself.
Oh. Okay.
Not happy.
Like dipping charcoal.
Everybody roll a perception check. You can hear movement on the other side of this door. You can't tell, you're not looking, but you can definitely hear movement on the other side of this door. Therefore, are you doing anything down in that room at the bottom?
I'll have a peek through there.
Okay. Are you investigating this room, or are you just peeking through the other doors?
I'll have a quick rummage around.
It's like a big box, like powerful items.
Yeah, like, no, I'm more meaning like things that, I don't know how lifted this looks like. This isn't like the corner of the dusty place. It's like
Yeah.
weird out.
Investigation check.
Night aid almost slightly on fire, just like a little bit.
Yes, you can, so you can roll with advantage. With an 18, you notice that on this south wall, down here, there appears to be a loose set of rocks. It doesn't look the same as the rest of the wall.
I'm just going to come back here.
As you do that, the whole wall seems to open and just swing open, and there's a whole load of dust. They've clearly not been in here. It just fills the room. It's just wide enough. It doesn't open like a big door. It opens about 2.5 feet. You can squeeze through it, and on the other side there is a wall that is full of what looks like cylindrical holes. Kind of looks like a bamboo beehive.
As the
Don't like
dust
that.
flap goes out into it. And you say, guys. And I like walk into this sort
Put your head down that way as well.
Okay. So everybody heading back that way.
of... Do they
Okay.
look like squalls?
Yeah, you can go in and investigate now. We will finish reasonably early because you've got to go. Everybody's got to go to work. You've got to go to school. You've got to go to school. You've all got to go to school. Okay. No. So we'll finish by probably 9:30, half an hour. Okay. So on the other side, this does look like a scroll repository. There are 4 scrolls in here. Yeah, you can bring them all out and bring them to the room.
I'm just going to bring them to some.
Okay.
I'll have one hand each, so I grab all
Yeah.
one hand. Just be like, do one.
So we'll see when
Yeah.
Okay. So to identify these, would need a wisdom-based check. So you can a wisdom-based check to try and read them. If you fail, you can't look at it again. It just makes no sense.
Net 20 for a 33.
Okay.
Wow.
So you
One
pick up.
position.
You pick up the first one and go. You recognise this. This is something that Malachi's cast, and you kind of recognise the word. This is a scroll of legend lore.
Nice. That's
We need
19.
With a 19, there's a scroll of healing word. With a 22, there is a scroll of beacon of hope.
I'll do another one if you like.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a 31.
The 31. There is a scroll here, and written, and it doesn't appear to. You're not sure what it is, but written on it is Harkotha, Harkotha, Harkotha Thangob, Thangob. You have absolutely no idea. You've got no frame of reference with the 31. You have no frame of reference what that might mean at all. You think it is it's magical. Absolutely. You can't even discern from this. It doesn't look like any spell scroll you've ever seen. It doesn't look like an arcane or a divine, or it looks like it's definitely magical, and it isn't like any spell scroll you have ever seen.
I don't like that.
Can I?
You can call it Scroll from the West Repository. If you can at some point work out how to figure out what that might be.
Can I do some sort of check? Does this feel like the sort of magic thing with
You can roll history maybe, or insight. Yeah. Yeah.
18. So.
You don't think it's Fae. Harkotha, Harkotha, and so the words Harkotha and Thangob, Thangob. That's all that's written on it. You can't see any sigils. You can't see. Oh my god, we're anagramming now.
Yeah.
You can't see any sigils on it. You can't see any text that you might read while casting. Just this.
I say it out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to attempt to engram anymore because we asked to do that.
Thank God.
From the person's strike.
Nothing
So
happens.
tell me what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, nothing happened when I said the name.
Nothing happens.
We could just try.
I'm going to say it 2 more times.
Yeah, just in the room, not in the battle room. I always think, is that something that's actually possible?
Yeah, if you've seen it, we could
We
pass
just
past
passed
it.
it.
It doesn't seem. It's written on a spell scroll.
I know.
There is magical ability to it. It doesn't.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
You've got the spell anyway.
Yeah.
It's just like you need to pass it.
And I've still got three bits of insights.
Do it.
What if it's just a spell and it's just being rearranged?
Like,
Like an anagram? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you want to do that and you want to legend lore it, then we'll do that next session. It's not going to make any difference when you know what it is. It's not something you're going to want to use now. So, but if you want to legend lore it, I'll send you the legend lore, and then you can do that at the beginning
I
of
don't
the
know
session.
if
That's fine. So we're going to use one scroll to identify another scroll.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And hope that the scroll you can't identify is better than the one you've just used. Excellent. Okay. You might find it's like some kind of arcane shopping list. But okay.
So that we cover later if we need.
No worries. As long as I'm clear what you're trying to do. No worries at all. There's... And then you wanted to open the other doors to have a look out? Yep, okay. So, the doors from this room, so that way, head out onto what appears to be, again, a landing. There's a staircase going down. There's a sort of 30-foot drop to the floor below. And there's a staircase, so it's a big sort of balcony with a swinging staircase, like the kind you'd get married. If you were going to get married in the Amber Temple, this is where you would come down the staircase. So staircase on both sides. There are rooms along this southern edge, and then what you can see is a goblet sort of sitting in the middle of the floor, which looks strikingly similar to the one that you threw down the stairs. Which you'd forgotten about. You're like, that goblet looks really familiar.
Say my name.
So I might just stick a lighter there, it's just easier. Because you can all see. There we go. Let's put some light on. There you go.
Athletics.
So, there we go. Update. Alright, so here you go. So, there's a corridor going straight the way across. There's doors at the far end. This is where your goblet is now sort of sitting in the middle of the floor, where you threw it down. There's, as sort of Malachi comes along here, so there's, let's move everybody. There's a room here, there's a room here, there's a staircase down on either side.
That's it. Downstairs.
I've just put F's. Yeah, so you can. So this is sort of black marble balcony. The railing's broken. There's a 30-foot drop to what looks like a sort of the floor of the temple below, and these two massive staircases. The ceiling is 60 foot up in this sort of huge vaulted ceiling, and there's this sort of faint orange glow with dark shadows, and before you head down, the glow illuminates what appears to be a massive statue standing in the northern part of this temple. This just huge statue, and you can see this thing just standing there. Just as a heads up.
Just a statue of like what species.
It just looks huge mechanically and amber in coloration. And it's standing right down the
Yeah.
it's standing right down the far end of the floor below.
It's just in case.
Yeah. Now I think that let's see if
So are you going down?
yeah, I'm gonna go look at the end.
I'll head downstairs as well.
Okay.
I should go upstairs.
Putting one more downstairs just
I'll go downstairs.
When you roll down the stairs on your
After quitting. After quitting.
oh, after quinning.
After quitting.
If we got down here, let me see. 1, 2, 3.
I'm not going to sacrifice myself to quitting early.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, there. Just there you go. You come up on the lower floor of this temple. Even though you all kind of went down the same staircase, you are scattered across the floor. So Harleen's in this top corner. You're absolutely pretty sure you all came down this staircase. The only person at the bottom of that staircase is Malachi. Zephyr's over here. Etherdwy is in the middle of the floor. Harleen is in the top corner. Quinny is in the top of the other corner. And Antoinette is standing next to a person.
Yeah, that looks like
A 40-foot statue, carved out of granite, depicting this sort of. It looks like they got to the top of this 40-foot statue of what appears to be like a god, and then didn't carve a face. You can bring Busty out.
She's got busties.
Chest.
You can bring Busty out and compare marble.
Yeah.
No. So you bring Busty out, and Busty's a marble statue. This is granite. So these do not look like they've been made. They're not part of each other.
So there's the statue and there's a man standing on the statue.
So Antoinette's appeared next to this 40-foot stone statue without a face. No, it's got a head, just no face. Harleen's appeared over here in this corner. Quinny's appeared over there in that corner. Zephyr's at the bottom of the flight of stairs over here. Malachi's at the bottom of the flight of stairs on the opposite side. Etherdwy's in the middle of the floor. You would have, so all of this was visible. So you saw the figure up here from the floor above. There's doors on this level. So you can't, so down here you can't see it. You could see it's somewhere up there based on where you can see it from the floor above.
I think it's a statue.
Yeah.
Nice thing. Hi there.
You talk to everything.
I'm Antoinette.
The statue's giant head turns and looks down.
Can you talk? Oh, I'll message into its mind. Have some mouth.
It does not talk.
I'm a collector of statues. Would you like to join the collection?
It does not say anything. And its head turns back and then turns and looks across the other side of the room and then turns all the way around so it's facing backwards to the room behind and then turns.
Antoinette says, it must be very difficult not being able to see or speak. Here, I can help. And I'm going to fabricate a face on it.
Yes!
When you try to fabricate a face on this creature, the statue seems to change. So as you try and fabricate it, you can roll.
I'm putting Malachi's face,
Obviously, roll insight.
That's pretty good. 20.
You don't think this is a stone statue. So as you're trying to fabricate a stone face on this thing,
Just hold still.
the whole statue seems to shrink, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and a face forms. It's sort of almost pressing out of the stone that you're trying to create it, and a figure is standing there. Quinny, your bell branch says "fiend" from the other side of the room.
Everybody watch out. Don't believe anything it says.
A message to William.
It doesn't say anything.
I think it's a statue.
It's a brave marker.
And now it looks at you and goes, "Hello, Antoinette,
Don't
Hi
believe what it
there.
says. That's not Antoinette.
child of Blinsky.
That's right.
I wondered when you would come. I'm Heinrich Stolt. I am the last wizard left here. I stand guard over the Amber Temple."
That must be hard work.
I call out again. Don't believe anything it says.
I say, it says it's the last wizard.
It says it with a forked tongue.
I look at its tongue as it looks forward.
You can roll perception.
60, 24.
You cannot see a forked tongue.
Metaphorically.
I am very sorry, but no outsiders are allowed into the Amber Temple.
Have you seen another wizard like this?
I have not.
He's supposed to be the
Don't make
last
an insight.
wizard.
Have some guidance. Never mind.
Have some guidance of shouting. It's okay.
7.
Is he lying?
Like that.
With a 28 in insight, you do not think he knows Kazan. He may or may not think that he's the last wizard.
Can I just save the statue? That's not actually a statue. We're here to return some amber. Malachi, show them the amber.
You
I think so.
have already reached the temple.
No, someone else
Someone else already reached the temple. We were just moving the rocks.
I did like
Feel free to leave the amber and it will be returned.
inside.
Don't trust anything it's saying.
Yeah, it's hard to read.
That sounds reasonable. We don't want to go inside
Hey,
anyway.
join hands.
No, we do need to go inside.
Wait a minute, we need to find Kazan. So
We're
unless
here
you
for
know
that.
him,
And Busty pipes up. Busty pipes up and goes, Nepheron? Is that you? And this guy looks immediately horrified and starts to turn back into this 40-foot stone statue.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. On the stone,
On the thing.
on the figure.
Yeah, that's the
Okay. Go for it.
That wisdom or spell casting. 19.
Nothing happens. He continues to change back into this.
Either they've got magic more powerful than any of them, some or magic spells. Probably the first one, no, be careful.
Busty, are you both stone friends?
Can you stop this?
I am no friend of Nephilim.
See? See?
Who's Nepheron?
Nephiron once came to the tower. He used to come to our library. He was an angry man. Angry man. Wanted riches and power. That's all you wanted, Nephiron? Riches and power. And now what are you doing? Turning yourself into a statue and watching over this place. How far you have fallen.
Damn, Busty.
Woo!
Do you just get to stand here all day? Are we the first people you've chatted to, Nephiron, in how long? How long? And Busty's just going on. This statue is just stood.
Pretty might walk over and try the door.
Which one?
Is
There's a
there
collection. There are many doors
I'll try.
on here. Are you shouting? Don't trust him.
Yes.
He's a fiend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. As you shout that,
Oh, by the way, just in case I was unclear, they are a fiend, an evil demon from outside of our world.
a number of figures start to come out of
Is this where you say, that is also a thing? It's an evil
Don't
creature.
believe your eyes.
out of this sort of ruined wall. Is your bell branch still on? It's always on your bell branch.
I actually have to activate it.
You gave you.
Charging, so unless one just...
You don't need to activate it, so I gave you, and you don't need to spend a charge on this guy. Yeah, he just was.
That fiend.
Yeah, he just activated your bell branch. Out of this room, while you've been shouting, have come what's clearly undead. These look like ghosts.
Also, there's some ghosts.
And these
I think we can see that.
and these appear to be
They're transparent.
and they all appear to be wizards. So these are ghosts. They're all in wizards' robes. they have spell books. So there's
Nerds come and beat me up.
there's Attack of the Nerds and a giant 40-foot statue in here at the moment. We can roll initiative, or
Yeah, I'd also like to say, are you friends of Kazan?
to the
To the ghosts.
you can roll. Oh, I don't know. Let's go for persuasion on the. They sort of they sway. You're fairly sure that would be a no in Ghost Wizard. They don't appear to be able to speak, but they also don't look like they're enthusiastically showing you where Kazan is. You're stood right next to this giant statue. You can just roll investigation on the, because you're right down the base of this
16.
statue. What you notice is that there's in the back of the statue, on the base of this statue, there's a door. So there's a door on the back of the statue. Yeah, it looks like a door on the back of the statue. It's well made. It's granite. It's very flush, but there's definitely a door.
And I say, Malachi, it's me, Antoinette. There's a door on the back of the statue. We should go. I start heading for the door.
For the door on the back of the statue.
Yeah.
Okay. Antoinette, you see, disappears. This door opens. Antoinette disappears inside this. Inside the statue, the door closes. Antoinette is inside the statue.
What's inside the statue?
A spiral staircase. So Antoinette's at the bottom of a spiral staircase inside a statue. From the outside, Antoinette's walked into the back of the statue, and the door is closed.
Does it feel like the same space? Sorry.
This is going up inside the statue.
Okay.
I'll follow it.
Okay. Go over a perception check. See if you can find the door.
22.
You look where Antoinette's gone, and it's solid granite. But
The statue ain't Antoinette!
but there is a door
Oh.
on the front of the statue.
Oh, lovely. Never mind. I'll go over to the front.
You watch Quinny go through the front of the statue. And the door. And the door.
It's a damn effective one.
The door shuts.
It's just a big pit that says death pit until some jumped in.
Do I see Quinny come in?
No.
Or is this place?
It's just a punishment ball. Just both banished.
I'm gonna go on and chase after this.
God, stop going into the statue.
No, the statue's the way. You must join us.
Okay.
For the door?
Join us, Brother Malachi.
You can roll. So you head over, and you head over to see where they're at. You can roll a perception check to see if you can find a door you can go over to. As you go over, you look at the back where you saw, Antoinette go round and then not come back, and you can't see anything there. You look at the front where you've definitely seen Quinny go and enter and not come back, and there's nothing there. You notice that there appears to be almost like a rope, like a ladder carved into the side of this creature. You wonder whether or not there's something up in the folds of the cloak. There's a door.
I open the door.
You open the door. You're inside the statue, the door closest behind you.
Oh, what if it's like...
You cannot see Quinny. You see a spiral staircase. You see a spiral staircase. You do not see Quinny, and you do not see Antoinette.
I'm gonna start going up the staircase.
Okay.
I will
Okay. You get there and you examine the whole of the bottom of this statue. You can't see any immediate doors that any of these people could have gone through, but there is a really obvious door behind the folds of a cloak on the sort of left, the left hip. I mean, it's just really obvious. It's like there's a cloak sticking out and there's a door in it. It's just obvious. You just walk through it. Okay. You walk through the cloak and you're inside the statue, and the cloak has closed and there is a spiral staircase. You don't see any of the other people in the statue. Okay.
If anyone else jumped off.
D&D, yes.
So Malachi,
I'm just waiting for Ethan to be like, this is fucking stupid, and just move.
Malachi, roll perception.
Nice.
You have no fucking idea where they've gone.
I'm gonna activate
Oh, that's really funny.
Okay. So you're standing at the bottom of the statue. You have absolutely no idea where they've gone. You've examined this statue thoroughly. You can't see a way into the statue. Ethelwy, everybody you know appears, other than Malachi, appears to have
Lord of Light got this stupid statue.
appears to have vanished inside a statue. Apart from Malachi, who stood outside the bottom. Sorry. Yeah, you're down here. There's 4 sort of ghostly wizards who are floating around down here. Yeah, they're not doing it at the moment. They're just more curious as to what's going on, seemingly. Okay. Okay. You can investigate. So investigation or perception? Whichever. Okay, you see what looks like a trapdoor in the shoe of this statue. It's small, child size. Yep, Malachi, you see Ethelwy jump in a shoe. You examined that shoe, there was nothing there.
Can I make a religion check this time?
Yes, you can make a religion check. With disadvantage, this is the most evil place in the known world.
Lord of Light's back is
Leave! Oh, they're both 14.
Okay.
So it'll be 20.
Okay, a 21 religion check.
It's just some glowing light.
So Ethelwy, you go into this shoe, you drop inside this shoe, and then there's a spiral staircase going up. You don't see anybody else. You're inside a granite statue with a granite spiral staircase going up to the top. You feel almost the evil relax around you. As the Lord of Light tries to penetrate this place. And it's only when you do that you realise quite how oppressive and heavy this place has been weighing on you. That the Lord of Light breaks through and it's almost like You've got a little bit of breathing space to think clearly. Roll perception with advantage, or investigation with advantage. And in the light, there's this clarity, and very similar to Holly. You can't see where she went through, but there is this fold straight in the middle. It's almost like it opens down the middle of this statue and welcomes you, and there's a spiral staircase running up the inside of the statue, which you just couldn't see before. Okay, and we will leave it there for this week. So all of you are inside a granite statue in the Amber Temple. None of you can see each other. All of you are on a spiral staircase. Going up.
I'm sure. Right.
Split the party.
Well, one thing each.
Split the party. Oh, yeah, what's that? An 8-way party? 6-way party split.
I'm feeling we're just in